Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Council. Hope it wasn't me that drove everybody out of the room after the comments about lawyers.
I can't believe they didn't hang around.
First thing I have up for you tonight, item 8, is an amendment to the Moscow City Code Title IX, Chapters 3 and 11, specifically Moscow City Code 9-38 and Moscow 9-11-9. Dealing with the registration of peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers, and the licensings of vendors. We had an applicant that came in and was trying to get a vendor's license, and during the review process over at the police department, Roger Lanier, Captain Lanier, noticed that the categories that were prohibiting the issuance of a vendor's license by the city were more restrictive than that for the registration of peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers, or even of the issuance of taxi cab operator license. And for a vendor, they're going to be in an open public space. Peddlers and solicitors, you're inviting them, or they're getting a license, basically registration to go to your door. Taxi cab, are allowing people to get in the cab, and who knows what's going to happen. So it didn't seem that it was fair that under the current code, we are prohibited from licensing anyone who has ever committed a felony or a crime of theft as a vendor. Most of our code usually has some kind of qualifying, within the last 5 years. People make a mistake, but they can change, and they shouldn't always be held subject to stuff that they did in the past, that people do change and become better people. So basically what we're proposing is replacing the vendors section that deals with denial with that of the section under the code that deals with peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers, with a minor modification to that section, so that many of the reasons for denying a license or even the registration would only go back 5 years. So if they have had a clean record for 5 years, they would be eligible. With these amendments, both the vendor's licensing and the registration of the peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers will read the same for the reasons for denying either one of those. And we believe that making these amendments would make our code more consistent, fair, and equitable to all. And that's all I have on that.
Okay. Questions for Rod? Walter?
So just to be clear, Rod, you're saying that the vendors code at present was felt to be too restrictive, and so this will ease it up to match the peddlers and the other such folks that we have already in code.
That's correct.
Okay.
I read it as trying to be less discriminatory.
Yeah, we went through this in admin commission last Monday, and given Rod's presentation here, which is very similar to that one, I'm going to move to approve the ordinance under suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and it be read by title and published by summary.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got a motion by Jim and a second by John to approve the ordinance under the suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and it be read by title and published by summary. Everybody square on this? Walter, we'll start with you.
Aye.
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 Okay, and we will move on, and this is ordinance 2016-14, 12, 16, 15. I'll calm down.
Pick a number. It's a dash 16.
Your Honor, if you could, we will add the number tomorrow.
Okay, this is ordinance number dash 2016. Sometime tomorrow we'll have the other part. It is an ordinance in the City of Moscow, Idaho Municipal Corporation of the State of Idaho providing for the amendment of the Moscow City Code 9, Chapters 3 and 11 relating to the denial of peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers registration and vendor's license, providing that the provision of this ordinance be deemed severable and providing for this ordinance to be in full force effect from the date of its passage, approval, publication according to law.
Your Honor, if I may, I just
Yes.
found out the ordinance number should be 2016-09.
Okay, so that was dash 2016-09. I don't have to read it again.